Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch The Legend of Korra Season 2, Episode 11. I'm so glad to be back. With The Legend of Korra, I had the impression that it has been a month since the last time that I watched one episode, and I think that it's close to that now. Because I took a lot of advance on the episodes, you know, before La Casa de Papel being out, because I wanted to have a lot of videos in advance in case I was not dealing well with watching, editing, uploading, posting all of the videos about the show, and I wanted to have episodes of The Legend of Korra in advance, just in case, you know, to put you these episodes of Korra in exchange of La Casa de Papel if I was not doing them on time. Turned out that I was right on time for La Casa de Papel, and that I had a lot of issues the week after that, and I couldn't film, I couldn't do anything. I had to babysit my nephew also for a few days, so I couldn't watch any episodes of Korra. So really, it has been so long now since the last time that I watched episodes. I'm so glad to be back. I missed the show. And you know, it's weird because right now I'm posting the reaction videos about it on Patreon but also on YouTube, and I saw that so many people didn't like that season 2, and each time I was like, but I don't understand. Me, I appreciate it. I still love all of the characters, and I appreciate what is done, you know, what is written. Okay, a lot of things are making me mad, like I don't like the fact that they are creating again that love triangle between Asami, Korra and Mako. Okay, I don't appreciate the fact that Bolin is like that with his brother and all, like he's beginning to be selfish when Bolin in fact what is defining his character is the fact that he's loyal to his brother and to his friends. Okay, I didn't appreciate the fact that they made Aang a bad father, you know, that they created that story for his kids, and I didn't like also that Tenzin was like that with his kid, not appreciating the fact that she was that good, that she could go to the spirit world and all. Okay, but at the end, the stories and the development of the characters that they wrote, they are good. It's not because of the fact that I'm not okay with them that they are not good, you know, that they are not well done, that they are not logical also with the characters. So yes, I like it, and I thought that maybe you guys, you were saying that because of the fact that you don't like that the Avatar state is in fact explained because it's a spirit, you know, it's Rava's spirit into the Avatar, and that's why it can switch from a body to another body when the Avatar is dying, and maybe you didn't like that explanation. I can understand why, because at first I was also confused with the Avatar. Do we have to think that it's a spirit? Do we have to think that the spirit and the Avatar merged like that? For me, I said it, I chose my words to define that. I chose my words. For me, the Avatar is protecting Rava. The Avatar is not Rava. Rava is into the Avatar, is protected by the Avatar. The Avatar is protecting the light of the world. Something like that. I prefer this word, you know, than merging like that, they are doing that. And that's also going well with my theory of the fact that maybe at the end of this season, when Korra is gonna win against Vaatu, because yes, she's gonna win, maybe Rava is gonna go out of Korra. The balance of the world is gonna come back, you know, the fact that the Avatar is the one who is bringing back the balance into the world. For me, to have Rava into the Avatar, it's not doing that well, you know, it's not a good way to have balance into the world. Rava is supposed to be out to be enough for herself, you know, for what it is, for this spirit is supposed to be out, is supposed to be good on itself. It's not supposed to be like that with the avatar. So we'll see if it can happen or not, but that's why also, you know, it's going well with my series, the fact that I'm saying that the avatar is protecting Rava into him or herself, and it's not like they are the same and all. But yes, me, I appreciate this season a lot, and the story, it's really more a mystic story, you know, almost a religious story than what it was during the first season, and also what we had during Avatar The Last Airbender. During Avatar The Last Airbender, it was really something, you know, that, not that we can touch, but, you know, something really realistic into this world. The fact that he had to learn all of these bendings to be able to fight against the Fire Nation, to fight armies, to fight stuff, like really, it was a question of fighting, combat, one army, one villain. You know what I meant by that right there. It's more a question of spirits. That's also the theme of this season, and for sure because of that it's gonna be something more mystic. And you know that I appreciate that, because you know that during Avatar The Last Airbender I was a little frustrated that we never went back into the spirit world and we didn't have explanations about a lot of stuff. And for this season to have the explanation about how the first avatar, you know, came to life, you know, was created in a way, how was the world before that, you know, before the avatar existence, and also how it happened with the lion turtles and with the spirits going into their worlds, and that story with Rava and Vaatu and all. Me, I appreciated a lot that story, that explanation. And it's a good explanation, you know, for the fact that the avatar is going to one body to another. It's a good explanation for a lot of stuff, so I liked it. To discover the first avatar also, it was great. For me it's good. For what happened during the last episodes, like I said, I watched them a long time ago. I remember that we had Iroh. I didn't think that we were gonna see him again, for sure. And it was rough for me in a way to have him on screen, to discover that he's into the spirit world. In a way it's not a surprise because he was always connected that much with the spirit world, but to discover that he's right there, that he made friends with the other spirits and they're having some tea together, that also maybe Vaatu, you know, taking all of these spirits and all, transforming them, maybe he could do that to Iroh. Not at all. That's terrifying me. Now you really have to save this spirit world, because you have to save Iroh also. But his arm was so good. I want to spend some holidays right there. And you know, right now I'm really tired a lot, so I could really need to take some vacations with Iroh into this arm. Oh, I would love that. Are we gonna see him again during the next episodes right now? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe we're gonna see him again during the next seasons. I would appreciate that a lot. And for this, how many? 4 episodes. I have 4 episodes to finish this season. So also to finish this story, because I know how it happened with The Legend of Korra, how it happened, you know, with Nickelodeon. The fact that they really prepared one season each time, that they couldn't create stories for seasons, but they had to create one story which began and ended with only one season each time. So I know that we're gonna end that during this season. I can imagine that the fight, you know, between Vaatu and Rava the Avatar is gonna be for the last one. Before that, maybe we can save Jinora. We can have one episode about that. Right now Korra is back on the real world and just told Tenzin about Jinora. Maybe we're gonna have 3 episodes like that preparing for the fight. Oh, we need one episode to fight Unalaq. To talk also about the twins went against their father, so can it have consequences or not? We'll see. We need to have time also with Bolin, with Mako and Asami. And also Korra, to go into the spirit world to fight all of these persons, she has to go to one of the portals, because if she's going, by meditation again, she's not going to be able to use her bending, so she needs to go physically to one of the portals. So maybe that's going to take one episode at least. Okay, I'm gonna stop this intro right now and we're gonna go for this episode 11. Like usually you have my Patreon on which you can have the episodes earlier. For The Legend of Korra, I think that it's 2 weeks sooner, and with an extended or full reaction part. I already put for this season 3 full reaction part, I think. I think that it was for the episode of the first Avatar, these 2 ones, and also another one, maybe the one about Iroh. I'm pretty sure about it. So check the description to know if I put the full or the extended reaction part for this episode. And let's go for it! Oh, I'm so glad to be back. It's really making me smile, like I'm really into a good mood just to know that I'm gonna be back into it. I really missed it a lot. 2 weeks or more without seeing any new episode. I worked on episodes of Korra, editing them, publishing them and all, but really seeing something new about it, I think that yes, it was more than 2 weeks.
Where's Jinora?
Tellement.
How could this happen?
It was all my fault. I should have never let Jinora into the spirit world without me. I couldn't protect her.
You couldn't go!
Hey, I brought you something. I thought this would brighten up your new place. Read the inscription. Dear Mako, Nuktuk says keep smiling.
You're still confused about are you Nuktuk or Bolin?
Encouragement. I want you to know that I will always be there for you. We are brothers after all, even if one of us is a member of high society and the other one is a criminal.
Oh, Bolin! Come back to yourself, please.
Korra still might come with reinforcements. We can't wait any longer. It's time we take back what is ours. It's time to take back our city.
No, not now, guys. We. Oh. Ah! Oh, cool. Oh, I'm sorry.
There they are, folks. The sweethearts of the big screen and Republic City's most famous couple.
They are not together.
But you're as dumb as the rocks you bend. We are not a couple.
You're right, but don't talk to him like that.
There they are, my 2 most honored guests. Mwah! What do you think?
That you're a traitor.
And that's why I know you're gonna love this mover.
You're gonna try to attack him?
And I doubt your propaganda is going to change my mind. I think you'll be surprised how persuasive I can be. They speak of the injustice that's happening in the Southern Water Tribe right now.
Oh.
My hope is that their work will inspire a real-life hero to rise up and help.
He's doing it well. I don't like you anymore, Varric, but you're a good character.
I think this is your best mover yet.
I just wish Mako was here to see it.
You're nice, Asami, but all of these movies are so bad.
I like to eat the top of the barricade first. I love our job.
Hello! You can do what, Babu?
We did it! But wait, where's Juji? You can't die, Juji.
Juji, Babu, no matter what, you can't die.
It's okay, Nuktuk. At least
You're making them speak. It's never gonna happen into the real life, I swear.
It feels empty without everyone around.
It's not who
What's
you
going
are.
on? Mako's in jail, you're doing business lady stuff.
things have changed so much since we first met. Why don't you come back in and finish watching the mover with me?
You go ahead. That's weird.
Bolin.
They're after the president!
Time for the real Bolin to shine and to save people.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Right there, you're a real hero.
Looks like there's nowhere to go.
On the arena,
President, call for backup immediately.
come on, Bolin. You're the best fighter right there, remember?
Nolan, look out!
Ah! Can we ask questions to one of them
It was Varric. Please don't hurt me, Noctuck.
who are thinking the same, Bolin, at the same time?
I think this is our cue to exit.
Nope! Oh, Asami is one of your fans. Of you, Bolin.
They're falling back.
I can't believe my boyfriend is a real-life hero.
Is that your boyfriend?
You have to go tell him what happened. Yeah.
Bolin,
Oh, you meant right now.
she was there since the beginning, Asami. She never left your side.
Avatar Korra, what's wrong?
Sir, I know I've asked for your help before, but things have changed. I'm going to release a powerful dark spirit during harmonic convergence, which is only a few days away. If he succeeds, the world as we know it is over.
I'm sorry, Korra, but my answer is still no. There are lives on the line. I need to protect my citizens. I'm sorry.
I understand, but you're not thinking
You
about
should say that.
everything you
If you
know.
guys need help, I'm here for you.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, where's Mako?
I saved the president in real life. Wait, what? What about Barrick? Big Bong says you're free to go.
You're back with your world class.
Sorry for ever doubting you, Mom.
I love that.
Don't worry about it,
Bolin.
bro.
Oh, so cool. Weird, 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 weird. So weird.
Mako, I missed you so much.
She has all of the rights to be mad right now.
Korra. Hey, I missed you too.
Why would I be mad?
You broke up?
We had that fight before you left, remember?
I got attacked by a dark spirit, and I lost my memory for a little while. Maybe it has...
Also that?
Was it a bad fight?
You broke up. He went with Asami.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Oh, you're bad. Mako, what you're doing?
It's on my battleship.
You have a battleship?
Of course I do. Named her the Zhu Li.
You named your battleship after your assistant?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. They're both cold, heartless war machines.
Be careful with Julie. At some point, she's gonna...
Let me make it up to you. Take Zhu Li.
All right. Team Avatar is back in business.
with a love triangle and a lot of lies. Whoa. I'm not shipping them anymore. Like, they're good together. They're meant to be together. I'm sure of it, but it's so toxic, you know, what they are doing to each other and also to Asami.
Hello, Tarnrock. Looking for me?
I think that these writers, they really have an issue with brothers' relationship and also toxic fathers.
No brother of mine. You betrayed me. You had me banished. Stop.
The twins.
He's mine.
You are not the true chief. I am.
And you will bow to me.
His eyes. You're not gonna kill your brother? I'm talking to both of them. You're gonna make me cry.
Now that I've defeated you, your daughter is next.
He's still alive, he's still alive, he's still alive, he's not dead. Oh, I can't deal with that, you know, brothers fighting against each other. I can't. These writers, they really have an issue with that. We already had that during the season 1 with Amon and his brother. And also, you know, the bad dad, you know, the toxic dad, they have an issue with that also. We already have that during the season 1 with Yakon. Right there during this season, they are implying that a little for Aang and also for Tenzin. And Unalaq is also a bad father to the twins. Writers, I think that you really had an issue with toxic dads and with bad brother relationships. I'm not gonna analyze that and try to define what happened into your past because of that, but I think that there is something right there. Oh, I had tears into my eyes right there at the end. Me, I can't deal with that, you know. I'm really close to my brother and also to my sister. I can't deal with bad brother and sister relationship. It's killing me a lot. It's not good at all. They're all back into Republic City. That's great. The president doesn't want to get involved. That's bad, because Korra, she needs to go to the portal, and I'm not sure that she can do it without any forces, without any army, you know, any help. And on the other hand, you know, on the pole, her dad is losing, you know, the battles against Unalaq men. So it's not good at all that the president is not involving himself in the Republic City army. I understand why, but I think that the strategy is wrong. Right there, you can't be just into a defensive mode. You have to attack back, you know. Right there, he doesn't want to get involved because for now he's not attacked, so he's like, okay, I'm not gonna attack back, I'm not gonna be responsible, you know, for that and all. But it's too late, in fact. And it's because of that that is wrong. And Iroh, you know, General Iroh Jr. can't disobey. I think that the situation in the port is over right now, like it's blocked now that we saw that Korra's dad lost his combat against his brother, and we saw that they really took all of the city and they can't take it back, you know, Korra's dad man. So I think that the situation is over because it's blocked and Unalaq won. Korra, maybe with her friends, with Varric's ship and all, she can find a way to go to one of the portals. We just need that, you know, in fact, for her to go into the spirit world and to fight Unalaq and also Vaatu after that. I'm glad that Bolin came back to reason. I said it a lot, you know, at the beginning of the season. I wanted Bolin to show that, you know, to show his character and to do things on his own and to have a story for himself and all of that. He had that, but it was too much, and Bolin forgetting who he was, thinking that he was not Tuck, and forgetting also who he is, you know, really like something which is defining him is the fact that he's loyal to his friends and that he loves his brother and that he's always there for them. And also it was bad to see him like that, even if it was logical with the development of his character. So I'm glad that at the end of this episode he's coming back to his, and we can see that only with his clothes and also with this hug with Mako. This brother relationship is really great, and the fact that he's hugging everyone, saying stuff like Team Avatar is back and all, that's it, Bolin is back, and we needed that. I really love Bolin for that. That movie, you know, what happened to force Pabu, you know, into it, no, it's not gonna happen like that into the real life. Never. Pabu is never gonna be hurt or anything like that. Oh. So Mako is released also, that's great, and they are all recognizing that he was right, that's great, because he truly was. But that situation with Korra and Asami, I hate that. That's so bad because right there you're lying to Korra, you're mistreating Asami. Like, it's so disrespectful for Korra and for Asami what you just did, Mako. You lied to one, you betrayed the other one, and by that you're considering the two of them like nothing, like they're not worth it. Because if you're forgetting just like that you kissed Asami, that you were ready to be with her again, that she was there for you into that bad time and all, that she was there for you and all of what you said to her during that time in just 1 second, and that you're not gonna say the truth to Korra and you're gonna continue with that lie for a long time and all, you're really disrespecting them, betraying the two of them, and it's really bad what you did, Mako. I thought that we were over with that love triangle, and I was already mad when Asami and Mako kissed, even if it was logical with the two characters. One lost everything into her life, she was in a position of weakness and she saw someone that she loved doing something good for her. Of course she was gonna fall into her arms. He was not with Korra anymore, he wanted to help Asami, why not getting back with her, okay. But right there, Mako, it's stupid, it's bad, it's disrespectful, it's awful also, because it's also forcing Bolin and Asami to lie, to protect his lie. Asami, I would have been hurt. Already during season 1 I would have exploded, but right there I would have screamed and tell to Mako, oh yeah, guy, you're not gonna lie again, I'm not gonna be disrespected again, he kissed me, he's lying to you, I'm feeling betrayed again, you know what, go fuck yourself, all of you, I'm going back to my business. Oh, Asami, you're such a good friend, you're such a good person to not explode right there. It wouldn't have been my case, be sure of that. Now what? She's gonna lie for him? They're not gonna tell the truth to Korra at any moment about the fact that they really broke up, because he didn't say the truth about their fight and all, so okay, like we're gonna forget that. No, you were fighting for good reasons at some point, I mean for good reasons for you, so at some point it's gonna come back. So you're not gonna say the truth about that, you're not gonna say that you kissed Asami and you went back with her. No one is gonna say the truth. Believe me, at some point the truth is gonna be said and Korra is gonna be mad at you and you're gonna be all alone, Mako, and for good reason, and I'm gonna upload when it's gonna happen. Really? I hated that. And it's bad because, you know, Mako, for himself, for what he's doing, for, you know, his principles, for his character and all, I appreciate him. But how he's treating women, that's bad. That was already bad during the first season, you know, flirting with Korra when he was with Asami. Saying to Asami that she was crazy to think that he was doing it when he was truly doing it. You can be a good person, Mako, but you're really a bad boyfriend. So we have Unalaq, who took back the city, who have it entirely, with Korra's dad being hurt and arrested for good, with all of his men, I think. Republic City, which is not gonna get involved. Team Avatar back, but with so many lies into it that at some point it's gonna be said and it's gonna be bad. We have Varric's ship, that's something good. We have Varric in jail, that's good also. With Julie, poor Julie, I hope that at some point Julie is gonna be released, you know, not only from jail but also from Varric. Julie, she needs to be free at some point. The twins, I don't know why, I was surprised that they were still working for their dad just right there, like how their dad treated them during maybe not the last episode but the episode after that, I can't remember. You know, the fact that one of them was hurt and Unalaq, he didn't care about it at all and they were forced to disobey to him. I thought that this moment would have consequences and in fact no. I hope that before the end the twins are gonna maybe not switch but disobey again to Unalaq. I'm not giving up on them, you know. Again, not switching but choosing to not get involved, seeing that what their dad is doing is wrong. I don't know why, but I think that it could be interesting for their characters and it would be logical. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review and I'm gonna watch 2 more episodes at least this afternoon. So it's all for you for today and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye!
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.